Renz 510 Radio.
This is 510 Radio.
Yes, sir. We back again. It's your boy Renz Jr. Doing this again for episode 30. Renz 510 Radio at 510radio.com with the Eastbaykings podcast. Now, as Black History Month comes to a close, we'll be in March by the time this episode gets out there. But, we're a few weeks since the Super Bowl where we had to highlight the fact that we had two black quarterbacks playing for a ring, only for the second time in history. But since my team wasn't involved, I feel like taking a look back to a time when we had a guy named Colin Kaepernick. CK7 was a song I dropped in the year 2020 as a salute to the stand he took and for the career he basically sacrificed for social justice and equality for black and brown communities. Today we'll take a deeper look at this subject and talk about where he is now and speculate on what could have been. The kid from Turlock was drafted in the second round of the 2011 draft by the San Francisco 49ers out of University of Nevada. Kaep was the first quarterback to pass for 10,000 yards and rush for over 4,000 yards in college. His combine measurables displayed prototype height, 6'5", weight 233 pounds, and his speed, 4.6. Probably was about a 4.5 in the 40-yard dash, but that's what he was listed at. Not to mention his arm strength. One of the skills he developed well enough to be drafted by the Chicago Cubs of the MLB in 2009. But choosing a football career as a pro career in 2011, he sat and developed behind Alex Smith for the first year. The next year, it was an injury to Smith that allowed Kaep his opportunity as he took the league by storm with his dynamic ability as a dual threat. Coach Jim Harbaugh implemented some of the things that made Kaep successful at the college level, such as the pistol formation and the read option. Rushing for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns in his playoff debut against the Green Bay Packers, Kaep led the Niners to the Super Bowl in his first year as a starter. Although he came up just a little short of the win in the Super Bowl in the final seconds versus the Ravens, he solidified himself as the quarterback for the 49ers for the future. That's what we thought, when he displayed his Pro Bowl and all-pro level talent in his first year. Never making it back to the Super Bowl in his brief career, success on the field eventually leveled off to the point of regression. The loaded 2012 team eventually lost key players to free agency, retirement, injuries, or off-the-field issues. And defensive coordinators have started to figure out the Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman scheme. It was reported that Kaep had went vegan in 2015, and when he came into training camp, he looked noticeably slimmer. And that year he was injured. He was injured with a torn labrum in his shoulder. He played only 9 games. I'm not saying that it's because that he chose a vegan diet. But, I had the experience myself, and what I can tell you is that initially you feel a little bit quicker and lighter, but you lose something. I don't know if it's a little bit of strength and a little bit of explosiveness, but you lose something. And the ability to recover might be one of those things, because I had done something to my knee when I was getting ready for the ABA season in 2021. I was trying to go all out with the vegan thing, and I'm telling you, like right now, and this is 4 years later, I feel much better back on a regular balanced diet, man. I'm back on meat, and I feel stronger, quicker, and more explosive, even 4 years later into my advanced age. But anyway, yeah, he was injured that year, and some feel that his diet made him a little less explosive and even hindered his recovery speed post-injury. Around that same time, controversy arose when Kaep started dating Nessa Diab. Around this time, it was known that she had been dating his fellow teammate Alden Smith from 2013 to 2015. It was reported this led to tension in the locker room and alienated Kaep from his teammates. Sometimes relationships can change people or help bring out certain qualities from within that you never knew existed. I must say so. But looking at that situation, I know that when you got a squad and you got a teammate and he's dating somebody, you just don't go there, man. At least I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of groupies everywhere. You an athlete. Why would you have to go and go after somebody that was messing with one of your boys, man? So I'm sure that created some type of people feeling some kind of way in the locker room. But anyway, we'll move on with the story. On August 26th, during the third preseason game, during the pregame national anthem, Kaep was seen sitting on the bench as a form of protest. After the game, he addressed this protest to the members of the media for the first time, saying, "I am not going to stand up and show pride for a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid to leave and getting away with murder." The next week, teammate Eric Reid joined them by taking a knee during the anthem protest. The next game, which was still in the preseason, they were in San Diego. They were getting booed, and this was a major talking point. And this is one of the things that just added fuel to the division in America that's still going on to this day. There's both sides that feel strongly about their point of view, but the facts are the facts. Blacks have been getting killed. Unarmed black men getting killed by police for decades, man, over and over again. A real cop, you hard, why don't you just, throw them dukes up, man, squabble up, like they say, like your boy Kendrick say, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get more brownie points with your staff, I guess. I would think if you could just handle them with, throw them hands. But a lot of them cops out there, they be scared. They're scared to just go head up and be a man and just squab like a man. And that's why a lot of men, unarmed black men, are getting killed out there in the street, and the names go on and on. Names go on and on, man. So I don't even want to pull up a whole list of names and different situations and scenarios that have been happening over the last 50, 60, 70 years. But it is what it is, and until we see change, why not? We gotta protest. We gotta shed light to what's going on in the community. He took the knee, him and Eric Reid, and that's what set it off. This is what, when he went and said, this is his quotes, his own words. Again, he would donate $1 million of his $11.9 million salary to charities. And once again, he's saying he's not anti-American. I love America. I love people. That's why I'm doing this. I want to help make America better. So when he said that, it's just people didn't want to hear it on the other side. So, I kind of want to clarify and the reason why I made the song CK7, because I stood with what he stood for, and I still do. But moving forward, I do think there's a lot left to be done, and it's not just something you just take a stand on and then it goes away. Cause I understand he can't do it all by himself, but an activist is an activist, and I think that if he's not going to be able to keep the fire burning and keep it going, then somebody else got to do it, and that's the people. We can't just be sitting up here waiting for other people to lead us to the promised land. We got to do it ourselves. In the offseason of 2017, Kaep opted out of his contract with the 49ers to become a free agent. There were no offers during the free agency period, and only one visit set up with the Seattle Seahawks. Later that year, Kaep filed a grievance with the NFL alleging that the NFL owners had colluded to keep him out of the league. Never re-signed in the NFL, as he was unfairly blackballed based on teams not wanting the media backlash that would come from the signing. In 2019, he received a $10 million settlement after he and Eric Reid filed a grievance against the NFL for violation of the anti-collusion law in the collective bargaining agreement. In 2018, Kaep signed a deal with Nike, reported to be worth $20 million for their Just Do It campaign and branded clothing line of shoes and jerseys. Every year since, he opted out of the contract, and even after the NFL settlement he received, Kaep was looking for an NFL tryout. Colin campaigned for an NFL job every year while not playing in other pro leagues that would have hired him, such as the XFL, the CFL, USFL, and the AAF. Sadly, no NFL teams have since shown interest, and one has to wonder what could have been had he would have stayed on the same path and trajectory that he was on in 2012. As of right now, 2025, I think it seems that Kaep has a low profile in regards to his activism. He did start the Colin Kaepernick Foundation that has donated $1 million in gifts to charities that fight oppression, including Mothers Against Police Brutality. And he co-founded with Nessa Diab the KYRC Know Your Rights Camp. They provide grants to organizations that fight police brutality and systematic oppression. So what did we learn? I think we learned that he did make an impact. The impact of him taking a stand for social justice and equality cannot be denied. Awareness was raised about the many unarmed blacks that's been killed in America by the police, and it's been going on for years and years, and it still continues on. Did his protests affect actual change? Is America more divided now on this issue than before he took the knee in protest? I mean, I think we still have the same issues. And honestly, unless we totally tear down and rebuild the current system, we'll always have these problems, and we'll probably always be divided because that's how the system was set up. Red versus blue, haves against the have-nots. Lower class versus the upper class. Right now, there's no more middle class. So currently, without the high-profile status of an NFL quarterback, I think Kaep has less of a platform or less of a voice in 2025. It's unfortunate, but if a new political party or movement isn't following up to make change happen, then the protest is, it's just a protest. It's like it's all for nothing. Unless, like I say, a movement comes behind that, and we keep pushing that line, and it's legit. It's real. It's people in each hood and each neighborhood really trying to make change and create something where we have more opportunities and we have protection in our own neighborhoods, and we don't need to go out and do things. We don't need the police. We police ourselves. Everything that we need, we should be able to get in our own neighborhoods, and we should feel safe in our own communities. I think if Kaep would have found a way to work his way back into the league by playing in other leagues or forming a black-owned developmental league as a pipeline for inner city youth and undrafted or undiscovered athletes to land pro jobs, and then maybe set up some kind of job placement program for afterwards if they don't make it in professional ball, that would be something that would be a positive impact on the community at the grassroots level, and that could continue on for generations. Yeah, you didn't make it to the league, but you got a mentor now, and that mentor is going to help you get placed in the job because that entity created a business that the community needs. And it's kind of similar to what I've been trying to do here with the Eastbaykings. This year we took a year off. Hopefully we can resume, but without community support and without this Willie Lynch mentality of pulling each other down when someone tries to do something positive, it's like a battle that you can't win. It's an uphill battle. But I'm the kind of person that believes in myself. I believe I could put the world on my shoulders and keep pushing, and eventually the reward will come. So at the end of the day, this is a salute. It's still a salute to CK7 and a call for us to keep pushing for fairness, equality, and upward mobility in the black and brown communities. Keep your head up, keep grinding, keep riding. And until next time, I'll see you on the next episode of East Bay Kings podcast. Holla at y'all next time.